and welcome back to my channel. This is VK here, and I'm here to help you elevate your life to just getting 1% better every single day. So today we're talking about how to let go of control and how to surrender yourself and giving yourself that freedom that you need. So this is actually a really interesting topic for me because I'm definitely the person that always wants to be in control. And I'm really trying to figure out how to not be that much in control all the time. But it's definitely been a struggle. And what inspired me to do this video was that I had a talk with one of my friends, and she told me that she was exactly the same way as I am. We can't just not let go of that control. And she talked to someone who told her that letting go of control will give you the freedom that you so much desire. And I just wanted to look into what did it actually mean, because what does it mean to give you that freedom? Because for me, having that need to be in control, that is my freedom. So how does it give me the freedom to not be in control? And I would definitely say I have struggled with this a lot. I have been so much stressed. It had pushed me into situations where I have felt so low because of being that much in control. So I definitely hope that if you out there like me, this video is definitely gonna be for you. And I hope I can give you some input on what you could do to make sure that you limit the need to be in control, because I'm no master at it. So I'm not gonna say that I just learned it and now I'm fully living in freedom at mine, because I'm not doing that. I am definitely still working towards how to figure out how to navigate through not needing to be in control and just finding that peace in my mind that I so much desire. So let's get into it, and I hope we can help each other to just be the best versions of ourselves always. So the first thing we need to get through is we need to understand what is it that we need to be so much in control of. I think most of the thing is when people say they love to be in control, some people mistake it that we need to be in control of other people. And for me, it's not that. Like, I don't need to be in control of other people. It's not that. The thing is, for me, I want to be in control of the situation that happens in my life. I will have everything planned out. And whenever something doesn't happen the way I planned it out, I get stressed. Some people have that thing where they need to be in control of other people as well, like the control of needing to how others react. If you have that pattern where you need to be in control on how others react, well, then you have the type of control that you need to be in control of other people. But it could be different kinds of control. So definitely start with recognizing what kind of control is it that you need to have. That is definitely the first step to every action. So just take a moment, reflect on what is it that you need to be in control of. So the main reason I think people seek the need to be in control is that it's kind of some kind of fear, or some kind of fear of the uncertain, or some kind of fear if they let go of that control, then they are not going towards what they want to go towards. I definitely think that is the reason for me as well. I am a person who wants to be in control and know what's gonna happen, and whenever I am not in control, I get scared. I'm scared of the uncertainty that is gonna happen because I already planned it out. So if it's not going that way, well, how do I recover from that, because I have that fear of uncertainty. And I definitely think that is the main reason that things that need to be in control comes from. It's the uncertainty of the things that, or the outcome that might not be the thing you already planned out. And it's kind of giving it some kind of security for yourself and your thoughts. So if you're someone who controls people, I definitely think that your reasoning is more like you want to have or feel some kind of security. So if you kind of have a low self-esteem or something like that, you will need to be in control of people, then you know they won't disappoint you in some way, and then that will give you the security that you need. So I think you need to reflect on again, how do you, like, what kind of type, what is it that you fear when you lose this control? Like, what is it that you think is gonna happen when you are not in control anymore? You need to understand the impact that needing to be in control can have on you, because what really pushed me is I got so stressed that it reflected on my physical health. So I was sick and I was feeling stressed and all of that, so it really affected me in many different kind of ways. So I would definitely say that there is a lot of impact on you on a bad levels. For some people it gives anxiety and all of that. So I definitely think if you have the need to be in control, you definitely need to reflect on how to get yourself away from that, because it could really be so affecting on your life and your health that it could ruin more than it could give you something. So I definitely think that we need to work towards how to lose that control and just be living more freely in our minds as well. In the next step of this video, I'm gonna tell you some kind of strategies that you can use every single day, or just reflect on strategies to just figure out how to let go of that control. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing is, I already said that in the beginning of the video, but you need to recognize where that need of control comes from. What is it that you want to control, and what is it that you fear losing control of? When you have done that and reflected on what it comes from and where it comes from, I definitely think I would recommend you need to figure out what you can't control and what you can't control. Because what you need to realize is the only thing that you can control is within yourself. You can only control your thoughts, your mindset. Everything that comes from you is the only, how you react, how you respond, the way you act in certain situations, the way you handle things, all of that is in your control. But what is not in your control is what is surrounding you, and that is the hardest part for everybody, and me including, because what's surrounding ourselves is definitely what fears us the most. But what we need to realize to gain that freedom in our mind is that we need to let go of the surroundings. We need to let go of the control in the surroundings, but we can't control it. We can't control the weather. It says that it's gonna be sunny tomorrow, but what if it's raining tomorrow? You can't control that. So the surroundings around yourself is not something you can control. So let's say that you have everything planned out, you have your life planned out, but something happens, suddenly something happens. You unexpectedly was unhappy at work, or something happens in your life, someone breaks up with you, or a friend doesn't want to see you anymore, anything around you, something just happens, and you can't control that. You can't control that. You can't control the situation. If someone wants to go away from you, you can't control that. If someone breaks up with you, you can't control that. You can only control what you do, what you react, how you react. So you need to be sure that you know the facts that the surroundings that shouldn't have an impact for you. And I know it's easier said than done, because I've been there, I am still there sometimes. You need to be more aware of what you can do within yourself rather than what is surrounding yourself, because what the surroundings are not something you can know of. It will always be unexpectedly. Sometimes we think life will go on as easy as it will, but it won't. So let go of that control that surrounds you, because you can't really control it anyway. Like if someone comes up to you and say that they no longer want to be with you, then let them go. Let them go, because you can't control that. So you need to realize that if something happens, it happens. Like you can't control it anyways. You can't control what others think. If people come up to you and say that they don't like your hair, well, too bad for them. You love your hair. You think you look good. So remember that, like you can't control what others think. You can't control what other people, how they react, how they respond. And if you have a need to be in control, or you have that expectations that they are gonna do this in this certain way, you are gonna be disappointed. And what does that cause? That causes you anxiety, and that causes you stress that you can't really do anything of. And you will have that will influence your health, and you will just be in a bad position. So try to figure out what is it that you can control and what is it that you shouldn't control, because you can't control the weather. And another thing I would recommend in your how to strategize your letting go of this control is definitely practicing some kind of mindfulness, meditation, like anything to just get you out of that mind. Definitely people who are in control are typically people who are so much more an overthinker than anybody else. So sometimes it's just getting that break from your mind. And what I do, I love to go out in nature. I love to go for a walk in nature. So I will always put in my headphones, put it in a podcast or anything else, and just listen to that. And that makes me so much more present in what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, because I'm in nature, and that gives me so much. So I will be taking myself away from my mind and just being in that present. Another thing is that meditation definitely takes you out, especially guided. Like I tried meditation where it's not guided, and the not guided meditations makes my mind go crazy because I suddenly have the world to think about. But my guided meditations definitely worked for me, because I was listening to that voice, and I was listening to, okay, I need to think about nothing. I need to reflect on my inner body, and it just gave me so much, because it made me relax more in my mind. And it, even if it was 10 minutes during the day, those 10 minutes I would take my mind off. Like my mind would be switched off, and I would take myself away from it. So I would definitely recommend that. Another thing that I cannot say enough, and this is a hard truth for a lot of us out there who is going through this situation, is that you need to trust. You need to have trust, because I'm not saying that you have trust issues, but the fear of uncertainty and the fear of not being in control definitely comes from trust. So I'm not saying that it's trust in others. It could be trust in others, like not trusting others, but it could also be not trusting yourself. And you need to practice some kind of way where you can start trusting yourself more and trusting you others. For me, it was, I love to do everything by myself. I rarely ask anybody for help, and I don't really ask anybody anything, because I can handle myself. I have everything in control. I can do everything by myself. And so I'm like that. And whenever I then ask someone for help, I don't trust them. I put in that work and say, you know what, do this for me. If they don't do it the way I would have done it, I would be frustrating, because I just gave up my control and gave it to you, and you're not doing it that way I wanted you to do it, and that just ruined that trust. So you need to trust that, you know what, some people are going to have it. They are not necessarily doing it your way, but they're doing it for you, and you need to be grateful for that. So I definitely say that trust is something you need to build, and trust is also for yourself. It could be you told yourself that you were gonna go for a run tomorrow, and you know what, you didn't do it. And now you're not trusting yourself. So you need to build up that trust, because you need to trust that you can handle things. The person you are giving that thing to, they are gonna do it. And you need to trust the universe, because you need to trust the process of all the time. Like, I can't say this enough. Trust is everything. I quit my job for almost a year ago, and I had no plan. That was definitely one of the biggest lessons I've learned of all time, is that I never really had a backup plan or anything when I quit my job. That was the first step I ever took of not being in control. And I was miserable the first 3 months, 4 months, because I was like, why I'm not stressing out, like why I don't have anything planned out. And you know what? Sitting back here a year after, it made me so much more a better person. And if I just gave up and not trusted the process a year back, well, I'd be where I am today. So definitely trust the process, trust yourself, trust others, and trust that everything is gonna be okay, and you don't need to be in control. Another thing is that we all have big dreams. And what disappoints us the most is that when those big dreams aren't really aligning with what we do or what habits we have, and it's just a hard process. And what I definitely want to recommend is, when you set your goals, set them more, I will not say realistically, because I would say realistically, but I don't mean that you can't dream big. Dream big, please. Like, you need to dream big or you're not gonna go anywhere. So dream as big as you can, but the goals you set, those smaller goals you set, make them achievable, easy to achieve, because that will build up that trust that you can do this. So for me, it was like, I wanted to wake up 5 a.m. every single morning, but I was not doing that for the first few months, because it was just a hard time, and I was pushing myself, I was being hard on myself, I was like furious, like I was just mad at myself, because why didn't I do it? And then I stopped for a second, and I thought to myself, okay, so how can I do this? Like, what can help me push me to that goal? So I started setting goals. Like, I start my morning by waking up at 7 a.m. And then for a minute I was waiting. That was for a week or two. Then I woke up consistently at 7 a.m. And then I did that. The next week I did it at 6:30. And for the next week I did it at 6. And then it was 5:30, and now it's 5. So I built up my goals into smaller pieces that made it more achievable. And that made me trust myself more. I built up a trust to myself that I haven't had for the longest time. And I somehow built it up by myself, and I trusted myself that, okay, tomorrow I'm actually gonna do it. Even when I have a late night, I will be like, okay, you know what? I know that I will wake up at 5 a.m. because that's what I have been doing. Like, I showed myself that. So try to build up something that you can do. And another thing is that it made me enjoy in this process of setting small goals, it made me embrace the smaller journeys. Like, it made me embrace the journey of becoming more than the fact that I got there. So that letting go of control is that we need to be in control because of the outcome. But when we learn to build up and enjoy the process of becoming, we learn to be at peace in our mind, and at the same time we are letting go of that control, because we are telling ourselves, you know what, I'm taking it slow, I'm doing it my way, and you know what, I don't have to have it all figured out by tomorrow. I can do it in 3 weeks, 4 weeks even. So I think the becoming part is more interesting, and it made me it made it more enjoyable than before, where I needed to have everything planned out, and if I didn't do it that way, well, I was gonna be a bad person. I was a bad person. Like, I was not good enough, I was not the perfect person. Like, why couldn't I do anything? Why was I not that person that I wanted to be? And all of that stress just came when I just let go and I told myself, you know what, you're gonna do it at your own pace. It's okay if it takes a month to learn a habit or anything else. It was okay. And you know what, I enjoyed the process, because seeing myself getting better and better and better was definitely the biggest lesson of all time, because I learned to be so much more present, and I can't say this enough. So yeah, if you're out there, try to set smaller goals, because it will make you enjoy the process instead of being so in control of that outcome that comes, because the outcome is the same, but make it enjoyable. Last one is definitely the hardest one, because it's that you need to embrace the uncertainty. And yeah, this is one of the things I'm still working on, is that you don't know what life brings you. You don't know where you're going in life or anything. And you know what? You need to embrace every single situation of it. Because as I said before, if I did not have if I had a backup plan when I quit my job, I would have not been here creating this video for you guys. So I would definitely say that you need to embrace the uncertainty, because sometimes the uncertain situation gives you so much more than you expected. If you were like me, you had everything planned out, but if you went that way where everything was planned, you wouldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been this happy as I am, this confident as I am as for now. I would not have been that if I didn't let go of that plan. So let go of that plan, because uncertain situations, uncertain things are definitely one of the things that gives you so much more joy, so much more happiness, and so much more peace in your mind. Last week I gave you some practical tips as well before I ended my video, and I'm gonna do this week as well. So I'm gonna give you some practical tips, what you can do every single day, or just to try to navigate through the thoughts of not like having that need to be in control and finding that peace. So the first thing you can do is try to journal what you need. Try to keep a journal of this. And I said this last time as well, journaling just makes a lot of difference. Just have a note in your phone or anything else, like just keep a note somewhere that what is it that you actually need to be in control of? Like, what is it that no matter what in your whole life, you can't seem to find anything else that this is what you need to be in control of? For me, it was, first of all, in the beginning, it was having everything planned out. Now it's more like, I need to be in control of my emotions. I need to be in control of my happiness. So whenever things go around or life happens, I will find that position where it's not going to affect my happiness. Write a list of what you need to be in control of. What is necessarily things you need to be in control of. And if you don't have that control, you're going to lose it. Just keep that in your journal somewhere, because then you will know whenever you're triggered in something, whenever you are feeling sad or something like that, you will know where it comes from and why you needed that control. Reflect on, while you're doing that, journal on how just to reflect on how the needing to be in control really affects your life. For me, it was definitely that I realized it was affecting my physical health. Like, I was not in a healthy position at all, so I was being stressful, and it was really affecting my mental health, and my physical health. And I just realized I was so low when it really pushed me out of the way. It was when I was so low in my life. So I realized that was the impact of it, and that made me want to lose that control. It made me want to find that peace that everybody else talked so easily about. So just reflect on what you can do with your, what you can do and how you think it affects your life because you're having that much control. And just like, will it really impact your life that much that you lose control one day? Just reflect on it. Think about it, because have that list whenever things go down, have that list to look back at. And the second thing is, I said this during the video as well, but practice mindfulness, practice some kind of meditation or some kind of walk in the nature or something that gives you peace. Like if you love to draw or paint or anything else, like have a hobby that gives you that mindfulness, that you are not in your mind, if you're not overthinking, you're just being present in that moment and enjoying that time. And just do that. For me, it was definitely walking in nature and just having that time of meditation every single day. Just have 10 minutes out of the day where I'm not thinking, where my head is not spinning with all the thoughts that I have. So just find a way to just figure out how to navigate through that and find some kind of practice that you can do every single day to just relax your mind for a bit, because you know what, everything is gonna be okay. The last thing is, and this is simply what I want you guys to do, because I definitely know that this is the hardest one. I said a little bit about it earlier as well, but you need to trust. You need to trust the things around you. You need to trust your family, your friends, your partner, your everything. Like, you need to trust everything around you. You need to trust, and you need to build trust. Build trust with yourself, build trust with others, build that trust that you need to relax a little bit more and find that peace that you so desire. Because yeah, you just need to trust people. And what I would recommend doing is, this was a hard one for me, but I started asking for help. I started asking my surroundings for help whenever I was feeling stressed, whenever I was feeling like, you know, one of those days I felt like I had it all figured out. Of course I have, and I can do everything by myself, but you know what, one day I was so stressed and I asked my surroundings for help, and now I do it on a daily basis, try to ask them for help, and I just let go when I ask them. So I'm still working on it, so I'm not perfect at it, but I am letting go of control. Whenever I give something to another person, I say, help me with this, I let go of it. So whatever outcome that comes from do this for me is not affecting me. I let go of that the minute I gave it away. I didn't do that before. Before I would be like stressed and felt like I needed to give the control, and then I needed to control that situation, because if they're not doing it right, and what if they screwed it up, and then I had to do it all by myself again. So now that I ask for help in a certain way that I know that I need help. So I would ask for help, and I would just lean back and say, you know what, you got this, you do it. Yeah, that was it for this video. And yeah, I just wanted to say, don't be hard on yourself, because you don't have to let go of that control right away and realize that everything is now like this. Because you know what, I'm still trying hard to work towards being not being in control, and this is a long process. So don't be hard on yourself. You're not gonna figure it out by a month, you are not gonna figure it out by a year. It's gonna take you more than that, especially if you had this need to be in control of your whole life. Then you really need to work towards it. And I definitely say that try to rely on another person as well. Try to ask for help. And we think we seek the need to be in control, but I think what we really seek is being at peace with our minds and getting that freedom. So that was it for this week's video, and I would love to hear what is it that you need to be in control of. So please go ahead and leave a comment in the comment sections about that. And if you like this video, I hope you could leave it a thumbs up. And yeah, in the meantime, you are always welcome to message me on Instagram and I will be responding to your messages. And if you have a topic that you want me to discuss, well, go ahead and write that as well. And yes, until then, I will see you guys next time.